What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard back with another Division 2 video. Today is Friday, July 16th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. Today, my friends, I get to bring you another episode of Family Fridays, where I answer some of the questions that you, my YouTube family, send the channel in regards to, your gameplay, issues you may be having, and pretty much anything going on in the Division universe. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really helps us out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for a $100 gift card to either Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, depending on which platform you're on, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. The winner will be announced on August 1st of this year, and as I've mentioned in every previous giveaway video, please keep in mind that watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why you have the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. So right now it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm actually away with the family. We're at Pine Mountain Lake. Absolutely beautiful out here. Now, hopefully this video will be posted by 10:30, depending on how quick the internet can actually upload this thing. And if the audio is off, I apologize. But again, I'm, working remotely. So the first thing I'd like to talk about today has to do with the new audiobook that just came out for The Division. It's called Hearts on Fire, and to be clear, I have no affiliation with, Ubisoft or Massive. Anytime I share these things, it's strictly as a fan. Now, the main reason I'm bringing this up today is many of you have reached out since the book came out, and you've asked, am I going to listen to it? My friends, I began it yesterday, and so far it is absolutely awesome. It's really enjoyable. One of the best things about it, most of you know I'm a day one player. I've played this game since the first one came out. It's one of my favorite series of all times. And for me, when I'm listening to the book, I can picture my character, my gameplay, my backstory. So again, if audiobooks are your thing and you love this game, you definitely want to check it out. Now moving on to your questions, and the first thing had to do with the fact that a lot of you out there in the community were dealing with the issues with Roosevelt Island, Liberty Island, a bunch of different stuff where you were encountering those delta errors on a regular basis, and with missions like that, you're getting towards the end, and then all of a sudden you're booted out. As I'm sure most of you know by now, the game did two different system maintenances. Is that the right word? Whatever. They did two of those things this week. They did one on Tuesday, which typically happens on a weekly basis, and then they did a second one Thursday, I think, to deal with these issues. So hopefully they should all be solved by now. Now, if you happen to still have these issues in your game, let me know in the comments section down below. And do me a favor, let me know what platform you're on, which mission it is, how often it seems to be happening. But like I said, hopefully all of those things should have been dealt with. The next thing I'd like to talk about is matchmaking for the raids. As many of you are still reaching out to the channel asking, is the game going to implement that for the regular raid, not just discovery mode? Because as you know, in discovery mode, you cannot get any of the raid exclusive items. Now, at this point, I haven't heard a thing that would lead me to believe that they're going to be doing that anytime soon. Again, it can happen, I believe, at any moment, but right now I have not heard anything. Now, with that being said, for those of you that are new to the game and trying out the raids, I strongly suggest two things. First of all, try it on discovery mode. The main reason you want to do that is so you can get a layout of how the raid works. Now, here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because to be honest with you, I ran the raid the first time and completed it, a few weeks back. Kamikaze Von Doom was kind enough to let me join his group, and I actually made it through the regular raid for the first time. And the reason I'm bringing that up is I had only tried discovery mode in the past, or tried to, somehow put together a group of 8 players, all that stuff. And my friends, it sincerely takes coordination. You want everyone on mic if possible. So, the tricky part on matchmaking is you really have no idea who you're dealing with. And I know the main issue for a lot of you out there is that one of two things are happening when you're trying matchmaking. It's either taking forever to actually get a group of 8, or you finally get a group, let's say 2 or 3 people just don't want to deal anymore, they bail, and then you're stuck, just wondering, where do you go from here? Which actually now brings me to 2 more recommendations I have. First of all, go online, look up people who have finished the raid, watch their videos, see the gameplay, and really just take note of what you need to do and how the group works. That way you have a better idea of what to do when you actually do it. The other recommendation I have, and I cannot stress this enough, is join a group on Discord. You're going to find people who want to do raid carries, who are going to help you out. I know, like I mentioned, Kamikaze Von Doom has an insane Discord Discord group. They are totally dedicated to helping out other agents. You'll also find other content creators like GC Rock, you know the vibes. They're doing weekly carries for other people as well. So reach out to them, and so many members of this community want to help out. So my friends, join Discord, check some out, and hopefully, you'll be able to do the thing. And as we move on, if you happen to be a member of a Discord community that you want to, share with us, please let me know in the comment section down below. Like I've said a bunch of times, it's all about helping each other out, so any information you can pass along, feel free to do so. Now moving on to the topic of exotic items and weapons when it comes to targeted loot. Now I'm still getting a lot of messages, which is fine, obviously, and it has to do with the fact that, let's say if you're looking, I'm going to use specifically the Scorpio shotgun, because a lot of you have been looking for that, and you've been getting the Sweet Dream shotgun instead. And actually, I heard from someone else saying just the opposite. They've been trying to get the Sweet Dreams, and all they do is get the Scorpio. So my point is this. Unfortunately, when you're farming for, let's say, an exotic weapon, and there happen to be multiple exotic weapons in the loot pool, there is no guarantee on which one is actually going to drop. One of our subs actually said, and this has happened to me before, if you want to get something specific, ask for the opposite. So if you want to get the Scorpio, ask for Sweet Dreams, vice versa. That seems to work sometimes, but again, my friends, it's all RNG, and I wish I had more info to pass along. The last thing I want to go over today, my friends, has to do with the current seasonal reward track, which is for Season 3, where, you can get the Memento Backpack. Now, as you can see, when you go through the season, you'll also see past Manhunt targets become available as well. However, just to be clear, when you unlock those Manhunt targets, that gives you the ability to then get the actual specialization that's tied to that actual main target. However, you will not have the access to the reward track for that season. Hopefully that will be coming later as well. Now, it is important to point out the fact that all of the other seasonal rewards when it comes to exotics, different things like that, they are all in the general loot pool. So again, you're not missing out on anything. The only thing you're actually missing out on is that item or weapon to be a guaranteed drop. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this video up. However, like I mentioned in previous Family Friday videos, remember that this series is completely dependent on your feedback, so as always, let me know what's going on in your gameplay down below. I also want to take a moment and thank you all for your amazing support of this channel. This new series happens to be like one of my favorite ones to do because I just get to answer your questions that you send here. It's so much fun. And for those of you that have been asking, Diplomats of the Division will be returning very soon. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62. That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel is smart? Fuck you! You lost yourself in with us. I'll make sure you rot down here.
campus